barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I want to put it so y'all can see me for a little bit. But uh, thanks to a couple of my subscribers, they sent me the video where Andre Ward responded to me. And I'll say this. He literally responded directly to me because he knows I've interviewed him a bunch of times. We know each other. And he says that maybe he could have worded it wrong and maybe it was taken out of context. Let me say this. And let me preface this too, because there's a lot of non-black people listening. If I was just talking to Andre Ward directly, I will be very succinct and direct. But since there's a lot of non-black people listening, I'm going to say this. I never question what type of husband he is, what type of father he is. Publicly, he's great. All right? I'm questioning his character and his integrity as a man because of what he's gone through and and what another man is going through that's the same hue as him. You understand what I'm saying? It's kind of like calling the kettle black. Is that what grandma and grandpa used to say? Because at the end of the day, he should have empathy. See, many of us can have sympathy for everything that goes on in the world. But when you have empathy, that means you have realistic expectations and you have realistic experiences of what that person or persons are going through. And he knows exactly the type of hate and malice that is against Deontay Wilder. Because I've been writing articles on Andre Ward close to a decade now. You understand what I'm saying? When he had low attendance, the Goosen family is from LA. I admire their work ethic. For those of you who don't know, the Goosen family does a lot in the Valley in terms of the community, in terms of using sports to inspire their community, in case you didn't know. So I've been around them for quite some time. You understand? I was the runner for my editor/writer for years, so I didn't get the credit on the articles, but I did a lot of the grunt work and the preparation of the articles and made sure he had the phone numbers. You guys know I was basically a PA, if you guys understand what I'm saying. So I did all the grunt work. I was the one that sent out the text or sent out the email. Hey, Andre Ward, would you mind interviewing with so-and-so at 10:30 in the morning? They would say yes or they would say no. That was my job. So moving forward, I know Andre Ward because I've seen him in interviews. I haven't interviewed him a lot because he took a hiatus for a couple of times. And so it's been real spotty, right? But one of Andre Ward's favorite words of all time is stylistically. I know it because my job is to know these fighters as well as I can. You understand what I'm saying? That's my job and responsibility. And now with the invention of social media, it makes it a whole lot easier. I don't have to go read the sports section of the San Francisco newspaper, the Oakland newspaper. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have to do search engines because I can just go to his Twitter feed or go to his Instagram feed and watch his stories, watch his tweets. You understand what that makes my job way more easier. And the words that Andre Ward uses, how methodical he is and precise he is with his words, from where I come from, I have an understanding of what those words mean. All right, and I'm being real diligent in using my words. I'm carving out sharp endings to every word that I say because I want you guys to understand how painful what Andre Ward said to the entire community. You understand? The reason why 30 people did videos, the reason why so many people did articles on Andre Ward and his comments, some reason why so many people are in his comment section is because we have invested so much sweat equity, mental equity. More importantly, we were guardians of the culture for Andre Ward. We went to bat for him when 10 people showed up to his fights. They said he couldn't sell. He couldn't knock people out. He's awkward. He fights dirty. No, we said we find ways to win. That's what Andre Ward do. And he's undefeated gold medalist. He's the last person, Carissa Shields has done it since. But the last Olympic gold medalist for America. And we honored that. We took so much pride. You understand? But me understanding Andre Ward, he's never ever spoken up. He's never ever used the term race. I went back and watched my interviews. He's never ever used the term race. He's never ever pit a black person against a white person, a Mexican person. He always found a way to eloquently make his point. You understand? And with those interviews and the points that he's making, it helps me understand that he wants to shy away from being labeled, which he's already labeled. HBO is man. I had an argument, not argument. I don't argue with Jim Lampley because we're in mixed company. But I had a disagreement with Jim Lampley about Andre Ward, and 3 minutes of it was caught on an interview. You understand? And that's just a small example of what many other people have done to protect the legacy of Andre Ward. And I think that, I don't know if an apology, I'm not asking him to apologize. I'm not telling Andre Ward what to do. I'm not even going, this video is not even about that. The point I'm making is, you know what you meant. You know what you said. And you know how we would take it. Because the last interviews I've done with you, you used the word they. When I didn't use the word they in the beginning of the interview, but because of your consistencies, and I know the interviewee is more important than the interviewer, I had to create the synonym. I had to conjugate what I was saying about Kathy Duva and Sergey Kovalev and their racist acts and use the term they to comply with how you wanted the narrative to be read or to be said or to be shown. So I used the word they because you were the interviewee. And I hope you guys are following me, and I'm being real strategic in my words. I'm not being as like liberal as I want to be in this video because I want you guys to understand. I said that already, I know. So I said all that to say this. Andre Ward, you know you were wrong, and I know how you put words together. I know how profound you can sound. I know how eloquent your wife sounds. I've interviewed your wife a handful of times, and she is nothing short of graceful. She is nothing short of a God-fearing woman that I can understand. I've interviewed her in the most stressful times of your career, which I believe was the Sergey Kovalev marathon. You understand, where they labeled you everything but a proud man, but a proud father, but a proud servant of God. So I know how eloquent and graceful and beautiful you and your wife can put words together. And I said all that to say this. You know the power of words. You knew exactly what you were saying, but you thought because you're Andre Ward, you know, Olympic gold medalist, haven't lost since you were 12. You've been anointed the pound for pound king the day you retired. Finally, what I've been pushing for you and Floyd for not decades, but you know, the last 8 years of y'all career. You know, depending on what you like. You like big guys or you like small guys in terms of boxing. If you like big guys, Andre Ward's the best. If you like smaller guys, Floyd's the best pound for pound. Obviously, you know, post Roy Jones. You know, Roy Jones is arguably the greatest talent to ever put on some gloves. You understand? So, so I said all that to say, choose your words better. I'm not got people in the comments that's going to say, who do you think you are? You think you're talking to Andre Ward? He knows more about boxing than I, in his pinky, than I know. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But I'm talking about being a black man in America. And I'm talking about owning who you are and what you are and how you do it and what you do it and when you do it, what time. I understand that. I say in many of my videos, There's many things that I am not an expert on, but the one thing I am an expert on is being a black man in America. I'm knowing how to be a black man in this country and being successful. You guys know how successful I am by now if you've been following me for some time. Okay? It's challenging. But I will always be the last person on the helicopter. Okay, I will always be the first one off and the last one on. And how you approach people is different ways. Okay, up and down. You got to be strategic in all your moves to be successful. But the underlining thing is, America wasn't built for us to be great. And I'll leave you guys with this: when we anoint someone our protector, all 13% of us in America, when we anoint someone our protector, our provider, our guy that we're going to push, that's going to represent us to dethrone white supremacy, and you betray that, that's hurtful. Andre Ward hurt 8 out of 10 black fans in America. I know. You know how I know? Because I got 10 emails that said thank you, to about 2 that said I was too harsh on Andre Ward. I got DMs saying that, man, thank you for saying that to Andre Ward. He needed to hear that. Yeah, I have no personal ill will towards Andre Ward, but I thought he would have empathy. The one person I thought would have empathy for him would be Andre Ward. That's just what I believe. So, anyways, man, Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to subscribe, but don't forget, tomorrow 4 p.m. Deontay Wilder will be on ESPN at 4 p.m. talking to. Hopefully they got Stephen A. Smith and Teddy Atlas. Maybe Andre Ward will be there. That would be epic. Ooh, that would be. No, I think he'll be at the Garden and they'll be in studio. Or maybe not. We'll see. ESPN, put your heads together and do it right for the boxing culture. All right. Have Andre Ward call in. Oh man, that would be epic. Put him on I don't know what they call it, satellite or whatever the case may be. So, but I'll leave you guys with this. Everyone, you can come back from this. You know what I'm saying? But choose your words wisely, because you got people like me watching everything. You understand? Because it's my job. It's my responsibility. I got thousands of people, that trust how I move. And I don't want to let them down. Now, how I move sometimes may be wrong. I'm not the most polished man in the world. I'm not the most intelligent man in the world. I'm not the most savvy man in the world. But over the duration of you guys following me, I hope that I hope that it works. So, anywho, man, I appreciate y'all. Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I am interested in Isaac Dogbay tomorrow. I'm real excited. He kind of captivated me, man. When he beat Jesse Magdaleno. You know what I mean? I'm watching him move, and I love his enthusiasm as it relates to boxing, man. So I'm really excited to watch him fight tomorrow, and I wish him well. I hope one day I get a chance to interview him. PBC's schedule is so busy, and between that and some other cards that I cover, it's just so. PBC got 4 cards a month now. Like it's just impossible for me to do any other promoter. You understand? So, but anyways, man, Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button, and I'll say this. I'll talk about another video. I'm gone. Peace.